Tradition of the Golden Age is defined as an idyllic, often imaginary pastime of peace, prosperity, and happiness. The 1900s were a time of great advancement for Americans. As the American dream grew, people became wealthier and had more leisure time. Entertainment is what they spent their money on. As a result, the film and motion picture technology expanded. Exploration into editing, backdrops, and visual flow motivated aspiring filmmakers to push into new creative territory. This is the rise and the fall of the golden age of film. Back on the one before, wondering, what have we achieved? Where are we going? The rise in optimism during this time fostered an eagerness to look with excitement and little fear towards future advancements in a world we know is coming, but we can't imagine it. Movies at the beginning of the 1900s were completely in uncharted territory. The first golden age was silent film from 1903 to 1927, wherein actors had to exaggerate their movements for the audience's benefit. Silent films established classic genre formulas for telling stories with images and motion that are still followed today. The movie industry experienced its first instance of film censorship with the 1915 film Birth of a Nation. Although it was the most revolutionary and popular film in the United States, it was considered to have racist content, leading to the industry's start of self-regulation. Hollywood studios established this organization themselves to monitor the moral perspectives of movies. The industry carried out self-regulation as a means of avoiding federal censorship and ultimately any government interference in the vertical monopoly of the major film companies enjoyed at this time. The Motion Picture Production Code, 1930, commonly known as the Hays Code, was a set of written rules that would dominate the film industry in North America for decades. It did not arrive until the sound era and was not actually rigorously enforced until 1934 with the establishment of the Production Code Administration. Hollywood studios. Movies at this time were making a lot of money. As profits went up and movies became a successful business, a merger took place. The Great Depression killed off many small producers and nearly 5,000 independent movie theaters. This strengthened the economics and control of a few big studios, and it concentrated production decisions in the hands of a very few studio executives, a reality that came to be known as the studio system. The studio system refers to the business model during film's Fordist era, roughly 1920 to 1950, when 5 vertically integrated and 3 semi-integrated film companies controlled the industry by ways of commanding production, distribution, and exhibition. The 5 vertically integrated companies, known as the major studios of the Big Five that came to control the film industry, were Fox, Paramount, MGM, Warner Brothers, and RKO. 3 smaller studios, which were not fully integrated since they owned few or no theaters, were Universal, Columbia, and United Artists. Born. From their new base in California, several major film studios developed a strong industrial production capability, producing movies almost on an assembly line. Studios developed their own complete team of actors, writers, directors, technicians, and equipment that enabled them to produce large numbers of successful feature films. During this success, the film industry realized that certain actors and actresses could help to draw audiences to films. Thus, the star system was born. The role of a star was more than their individual part. Hollywood stars were important to the whole process from production, distribution, and exhibition. Stars were used by the film industry to try and manage audience demands for the film. They became such an attraction that their names appeared above the title of the film on the theater marquees. The idea of combining motion pictures with recorded sound is nearly as old as the concept of cinema itself. In the 1928 to 1930 period, the film industry used a diversity of film music approaches and was already beginning to recognize the importance of the film's sound score. Most studios were reluctant to invest in sound technology because it was new and expensive. Eventually, Warner Brothers made a commitment to develop sound technology. The Jazz Singer was created in 1927, featuring 2 sections of recorded music and included singing that was synchronized with the film so that the singer's lips moved when they were supposed to. This absolutely fascinated audiences. With this innovation of talkies, the industry required a new talent, people who could sing as well as act. Talkies also created new genres that emphasized the advantages of sound, showing one of the ways technology and culture interact. These genres included crime dramas, animation, screwball comedies, suspense, horror, musical, and film noir. With this new technology, the industry and its audience saw the end of the golden age of silent movies, and a new golden age was born. Television is often identified as the main culprit and final blow to the golden age of Hollywood. However, there are other factors that played into this demise. The migration to the suburbs as well as the baby boom era, which focused consumer spending on appliances, automobiles, new housing. Suburbanites were not located downtown close to movie houses any longer, so a new form of entertainment seeped in, the radio. Radio was a very popular form of entertainment throughout the late 40s. After World War II, things were never the same for the motion picture industry. Beginning in 1947, Hollywood entered a recession that lasted for 10 years. Families chose to travel more while getting involved in outdoor fun and do-it-yourself projects around the house. Considering innovation in technology, one could argue that television was the fall of the golden age, and that is partly true. However, people evolved as well. People enjoyed and embraced change. Most of the time, so as technology changes, we change. Our demographics, our desires, our needs change. So therefore, it was not just television that killed the golden age. It was an era of time when people were becoming more educated and getting fed up with the monopolies of the film industry. They also realized they had other choices. Americans chose to embrace these new avenues. The golden age of film is still treasured and honored today, but we will not experience it in that way again.